Okay. From KCRW, this is Here Be Monsters. Let's come a little bit closer to me here. Say a tongue twister.
A tongue twister. Check. The way the blood flows.
Okay, so last episode was long and complicated. This episode is short and also complicated. It's a story from an old friend of mine who's a writer, and he was in treatment for chemical dependency when he got a letter from his dad. And so this story, the one you're about to hear, is about what happened after that, after he got that letter. It's about fishing and family and disease and about 1,000 other things, both big and small. It's a little bit different from what we normally air, but I think you're going to like it. Stay tuned.
Here Be Monsters, the podcast about
perfectly combed hair with a backbone.
the podcast about
the unknown.
Cool.
Okay. Can you just say your name and the name of this piece?
My name is Evan Williamson, and this is The Way the Blood Flows. I think my pops was thinking maybe our lost course of participating in a, quote, usual relationship for the last 10 years due to a preoccupation with chemical dependency, mine, his dependencies, rooted in work, health, exercise, family, practical internal contentment seeking, whatever. Or maybe he just missed me, his disappointment son. Maybe I think he thought we could see if we still bond, still communicate. He wrote to me in treatment that once he found me brilliant, no longer thought I was. Hard for a son, now grown and known stupid, to hear, but now when thinking of how he's thinking, I am suspiciously concerned of his accuracy, though maybe he just wanted to see his son's face, the same age as he when I was born, 9 years younger than his father was when he was. So we met in Alaska. Days were beautiful. Water was glass with slight stained artistic imperfections. We put sunscreen on. We pushed hooks, punctured through chins and foreheads of fish on ice. Fish to catch fish. We pointed to whales' tails, their geyser exhalations, their apparent zen existences. We snapped sinkers to send our lines down to the depths we hoped the fish were. We guessed 30 to 50 feet. The lines popped, and I heard the voice of my own father. A boy's voice. Excitement I don't think his own father ever really got to hear. Oh, this could be a big one. This one is you. He died young, at 44, my father's father. Now I, a boy once thought by his father to be brilliant, was the receiver of my own father's boyish excitement. There was a tinge of robbing that joy from a man already dead. No, nothing so weak and metaphorically macabre. No, just receiving it for the world from a man without a father. It was a beautiful and magical thing, his voice, my father's boy voice. He always offered it to me after the snap. You know, the pull, the fight for the fish. I shared because I was taught to, and because if I did, I got to watch his face and be his son who handled the net brilliantly. A job that could be considered just as important if honor was shared between a duo of men who fish. The beauty in the netting, the success, the stunning blow to the head, the quiver of the body as its final pumps towards the finish line, fingers shoved through the gills to lift into the icebox. Little shards of teeth leave little marks. The slight resistance, the knife slices the gills, firm but feathery like perfectly combed hair with a backbone. It's then that blood pours. The beauty in the blood. I understand that there exists sadness from the death of the fish. The perhaps minute, reduced, pulsating vibration in the world's energy from the tiny heartbeat. But we are men who fish. My father's father was a man who fished as well. On our last day, eagles plucked salmon from the water. A bored boy flicks the head from a dandelion. Our hands covered, a day's work of play. The conversation becomes related to blood. My father tells me that he has the disease that killed his father. Our blood doesn't pour like the gills from the salmon. It congests. He tells me the motor running, the icebox full of scaled flesh and blood, it will kill him. He says this calmly, because we have been ending lives all day, or because he has been waiting. He tells me it's the curse of the men in our family, the curse of the blood that stops flowing, clogs. He tells me it will kill me. We are mostly silent. I hold his hand feeling stupid, wishing he still thought I was brilliant. I hold his hand, wishing I was still his brilliant son, wishing our blood flowed like the animals we killed.
The Way the Blood Flows was written and read by Evan Williamson. Evan and his wife Cedra are currently traveling the world making unusual travel videos and music. Their videos are called Sid and Evan Leave America. You can find links to their Facebook page and their YouTube channel on our website, HBMpodcast.com. Also on our website, you can see pictures of some of the fish that Evan caught while he was in Alaska. Again, we're at HBMpodcast.com. My name is Jeff Emtman, and I recorded and produced this episode along with help from Bethany Denton. Our editor at KCRW is Nick White. And here's a little bit of news. I've actually been working on a secret project with Nick White for the last year or so. It's a sci-fi podcast anthology, and it's Nick's project, but I did most of the editing and sound design for it. And I could try to describe it to you further here, but really, you're just going to have to hear it, because it's kind of out there. So the series, it's called The Outer Reach.
You're listening to The Outer Reach.
And you can find out everything you need to know about it at theouterreach.com. Okay, Here Be Monsters is a part of the independent producer project of KCRW. Thanks for listening. More episodes soon. How's your dad doing?
He's doing really great. He's changed a lot about his lifestyle. He meditates now, and he meditates for, sometimes 2 hours a day.
How are you doing these days?
I'm doing great. Life has been pretty awesome. Living on borrowed time.
Yeah.